Hello, good day, and welcome to the Health Show on Nta News 24. I am Salome Eferemo, your host. Thank you for joining us for another exciting episode where we explore critical health issues that matter to you. Today, we have a lineup of essential discussions that will help you with care and protection of your eyes and the ongoing battle about malaria within the FCT, specifically in Kuje. And then we also will talk about innovative treatments for prostate cancer using phytomedicine. Let's start with the eyes. The eyes is often said to be the window to our body and also the window to the world. It is such a precious organ in our body, yet neglected to some point until there is a problem. Why is it like that? Well, today I have in the studio with me a very competent, experienced, and well thought out person who is going to handle the issue about our eyes. But before we go to watching the short video that we have, I'd like you to meet Dr. Ramatu Hassan. Dr. Ramatu Hassan is an ophthalmologist, and she's also a very, very experienced lecturer from university to university. She has people all over Nigeria in the health sector talking about different aspects of healthcare. Dr. Ramatu, you are welcome to the Health Show.
Thank you very much.
Welcome,
Thank you for having me.
I'd like for you to watch a short video with me, and after that we'll come back and discuss about the eyes. Please take it away. Thank you.
The human eye is a complex organ that allows us to perceive light and see the world around us. It works by converting light into electrical signals, which are sent to the brain and interpreted as images. Here are some of the key parts and functions of the eye. Cornea, the transparent dome-shaped outermost layer of the eye that covers the iris, pupil, and interior chamber. The cornea helps to focus light that enters the eye. Iris, the colored part of the eye, which controls the size of the pupil. The iris adjusts the pupil size depending on the light conditions. Pupil, the black circular opening in the center of the iris that allows light to enter the eye. It changes size in response to light level and focuses the light onto the retina. Lens, located just below the iris. The lens is a flexible, transparent structure that further focuses light onto the retina. It changes shape to adjust for near or far vision. Retina, the light-sensitive layer of tissue located at the back of the eye. The retina contains photoreceptor cells called rods and cones that detect light and color. Macula and foveae. Macula is the central area of the retina, responsible for sharp, detailed central vision. The foveae, located in the center of the macula, contains a high concentration of cones. It is essential for activities. Optic nerve, the nerves that carries electrical signals from the retina to the brain. Sclera, the white, tough outer layer of the eye that provides protection and structure. Vitreous humor, the clear gel-like substance that fills the space between the lens and retina. Aqueous humor, a clear fluid in the anterior chamber between the cornea and the lens that provides nutrients to the eye. However, there are various diseases associated with the eye, which are as follows: cataract, glaucoma, macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, myopia, hyperopia, astigmatism, conjunctivitis. Taking care of your eye is essential for maintaining good vision and preventing eye diseases. And here are some tips to take care of your eye. Regular eye exams. Protect your eyes from UV rays. Practice the 20-20-20 rule. Maintain a healthy diet. Stay hydrated. Manage screen time. Use proper lighting. Avoid rubbing your eyes. Get adequate sleep. Manage underlying health conditions. eye nutrition and health. Nutrients like vitamin A and omega-3 fatty acids are essential for maintaining good eye health and reducing the risk of conditions like macular degeneration.
Welcome back. Having gone through that graphic explanation of the structure of the eye, it is important for us now to hear from our specialists to explain what the functions of these different parts of the eye can do for us. Dr. Ramatu, you saw what we have tried to explain to our viewers.
Yes.
Please, why is it important to take care of the eye apart from the skeletal information we have?
Yeah, it's very important. As you yourself said that the eye is the window to the world for any individual. And care of the eye ideally starts from the start of life. Children are supposed to have their eyes examined. And usually what we have in this environment is at the start of the school year, although it should be much earlier. Unfortunately, when schools give all these medical exam forms to parents that go and do medical exam, they go and find somebody to just say, please help me sign it off, which is not good enough. Or let me say it's not good at all. The child should have a visual acuity test, what we call a visual acuity test, where the child is examined to understand if they can read a chart in a clinic at a certain distance of about usually 6 meters to know whether that child's eyes are okay, so that if there are any problems that would preclude proper learning at school, they could be addressed from the word go. And then, of course, as we progress in life, we have, especially in this environment, we have conditions that are seen to be associated with us due to us being of Negroid race, and of very much concern is glaucoma. And of course, our good friend cataract. And for glaucoma, it's essential that as we progress in age, anytime we are getting above 30, we should incorporate an eye check as part of our annual health check. Now, annual health check, how many of us agree or understand or keep time aside to go for an annual health check? Fortunately now, flight to overseas is very expensive, so we all have to stay back, which is good. One good thing is that many of our hospitals now have a package for wellness checks, because the idea of health promotion and wellness is beginning to be imbibed, which is very good. So it is important to incorporate that as part of our annual activities. Maybe make it a birthday thing or some occasion thing to go and do a health check, and importantly do an eye check.
And so from childhood to when we're growing up till we become adults, and then we become matured as maybe aging parents or whatever.
Yes, and as we age, we must have eye checks.
Let's look at glaucoma that is actually tied basically to the persons of African descent. Yeah. Why is it like that?
It has been found by research. Even Negroes that are in other climes, like in the United States of America, in the Pacific countries, it has been found that we have this preponderance of developing glaucoma. That is the type of glaucoma that is called primary open angle glaucoma, about a decade earlier than the Caucasians.
I'm a glaucoma patient, so I'm very interested in this.
And then now that diabetes is also beginning to be a huge problem for us in our communities, the unfortunate thing is that that disease is also very much seen to occur alongside glaucoma. people that have diabetes tend to also develop glaucoma for some reason through research.
My producer is sitting right on my forehead. He's telling me to sign off. I have to go to the next.
Okay.
So thank you very much for coming. I think we have to look for another window where we can actually sit down and discuss this for like half an hour. Okay. It's very important.
Right.
So we are going to go to our next segment of this program, the health personality of the week. Just stay tuned and you'll find out who the person is. Thank you. Welcome back from our break, and today we are going to actually talk about an all-important ailment that is very common to all Nigerians. In fact, there's nobody in this country that has not gone through 1 or 2 bouts with malaria. Malaria is that disease that is caused by a particular kind of mosquito, and that mosquito, once it bites you, it deposits something in your blood, and that can also be transmitted to anybody next to you. We have in the house somebody that is working with the federal government through the FCT in Kuje, Dr. Joash Yako. He is here to explain to us the efforts they have put into place to be able to reach people with affordable and cheap medicine to be able to combat malaria in the Federal Capital Territory. Dr. Yako, you are welcome to this program.
Thank you very much.
Like I said, I am aware that you are working with something, you are working on something you call the SMC eye care.
Yes.
What does that mean, doctor?
Thank you very much. Good evening, my viewers. SMC stands for Seasonal Malaria Chemo Prevention. And seasonal malaria chemo prevention simply means the use of the tablets in preventing malaria. The tablets are these common tablets that are used to treat malaria, but in this instance, they are formulated to prevent, not for the treatment. You know, the treatment is different, prevention is different. So this program is actually to prevent malaria from occurring in the most vulnerable group.
Okay, growing up, I remember there used to be something like the Sunday medicine they used to give us when you are going to school to prevent malaria. Good. So now we are like reinforcing that you don't need to get malaria first. You take it. When you take the medicine you are trying to get people to take, they don't get infected by the mosquito.
Mosquito, yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. So what have you been able to do in Kuje?
Yes, in FCT generally, this program have come up since 2022. That's when it started, and this is the 3rd year, and we call it round for each year is a round. And then it cut across all the area council, and it's a similar strategy that is applied all across the 6 area council in FCT. And Kuje happens to be one of the area council where this strategy is implemented. What is done is community members, health professionals are also trained to administer these drugs. This drug is free of charge because it is the initiation of the Federal Ministry of Health.
Just give me a second.
Good.
What is the name of the drug?
We use sulfadoxine parametamine and amodiaquine. That is PAC.
Is it something can buy someone can buy somewhere, or you have to get it through the primary health care center?
Yes, this particular intervention medicine is not to be sold in the market. It's not for sale. It is a free intervention. But this sulfadoxine parametamine is already in the market, where you can get it in a different name.
Brand, yeah.
A different brand. And amodiaquine. So the treatments the medicine used in treating malaria is artemisinin combination therapy, of which artemisinin and amodiaquine are usually combined to treat. But like I say, the proportion used in this case is not for the treatment.
It's for the prevention.
So it's a common medicine that is in the market for treating malaria, but it's for non-prevention, so that we don't feel as if it's a new drug that is used. No, they are common medicine that we use in treating, but in this case, this formulation is, the dosage is reduced for the prevention. Okay. And the combination formulation is not the same thing as when you are treating the malaria itself.
Okay, recently the President of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, commissioned 3 highly placed persons, Elumelu Dangote and Otedola,
yes,
to champion something to do with kick-off malaria. Are you related to it?
This is actually, how do I call it, an integration of what is already ongoing, because there is a program called National Malaria Elimination Program, which is expected that malaria should have been eliminated in Nigeria completely.
By this time.
So it's still the measures that the federal government is putting to intensify that will actually eliminate completely malaria from Nigeria.
Fantastic. So how do I identify the genuine persons from your primary health care? Because there are many things going on now. When people hear that things are happening, they can go and print something like your T-shirt, which is part of their identity. How do you identify yourselves when you get to households?
Yes, the personnel that are trained for this work, they have this T-shirt that they wear, they have an apron that they wear, they also have the apron could be for the male and for the female, and when they go to the house, they have an ID card that's for the health professionals who are working, and then when they go to the house, they are usually in 3 groups. I mean 3 members team group. So the working team, when they go to the house, they are well equipped with the bags for carrying the medicine, and the aprons, the T-shirts, the caps, what do you call it now? And they also have their job aids, and they introduce themselves to you, and they are people of the community that you people know. They are not from the outside.
Okay, so
yes,
for those persons listening to us, there's a way you can identify the persons coming to your house. They come in groups of 3 persons in one team, and they are well kitted with a bag, and they are identified by their own what they are wearing on their bodies. Now, have you had any pushback in terms of what you are trying to do? Because in different campaigns that government try to carry into communities, the impact sometimes is hampered by how people react. Are you well received in the communities you try to impact?
Yes, initially when this program started, there was little awareness, and there was non-compliance. There is a form of rejection by some of the community members following some myths that the drugs is actually to reduce population, and then some believe that they are not expected to take it. But with time, as time goes on, with the involvement of the stakeholders from the state, from the communities, the political key players, we've been able to desensitize their mind, and there is a very huge awareness, and there's a buy-in, and then acceptance level is also increasing, because also they're beginning to see the effect of this intervention in the life of the children, particularly the under 5 children who are the most vulnerable, because the incidence of malaria they used to have in those communities have actually come down. Even by the study that was done, it has reduced malaria incidences
So as you are working, you are monitoring, you are evaluating, and you get your feedback at the same time.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well done. Thank you very much for coming on this program. Your time is up. I need for you to just bear with me. We move on to the next segment. Please, I've been talking with Dr. Joash Yako. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Now, viewers, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll go into the innovative ways of treating prostate cancer.
Health is wealth. Folding letters and insightful information in Medicare and health technology. Join us live on Nta News24 every Saturday at 4 p.m. as we delve into the current advancement in healthcare delivery in today's world. For sponsorship, participation, and inquiries, you can reach us on the following numbers: 0703 424 3412 or 0805 999 4444. Tune to Nta News24 on YouTube, DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 26, Star Times channel 101 and 433, and Free TV channel 703. Keep a date with us, 4 p.m. Saturdays, with repeat broadcast on 8:05 p.m. Mondays. Don't miss it.
The electorates, internal democracy, credible process, independent umpire, security, and the rule of law. These are the catalysts that propel free, fair, and credible elections. Join us every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on Nta News24 as we X-ray, dissect, and analyze the various components of electioneering and the prospects of democratic consolidation in Nigeria. Electoral Reforms Half Hour, brought to you by Peering Advocacy and Advancement Center in Africa, PACA, in conjunction with Nta News24 and support from MacArthur Foundation. Keep a date with us every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. and repeat broadcast Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on our various platforms. Don't miss it.
You're welcome back from the break. I have in the studio with me already my professor for phytomedicine, Dr. Ben Amadu. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Dr. Amadu, a sad event happened in the country over the weekend, and or during the week, a very important personality of this country passed on, and most people talk about prostate cancer as the reason he passed on during the surgery. What do you have to say with phytomedicine and management of that condition?
Well, my research is on communicable and non-communicable diseases, and I've said on this platform before the worries of WHO about non-communicable diseases which cancer comes under. Non-communicable diseases have been responsible for the death of 41 million people globally, accounting for 74% singular cause of death in the world. Cancer being a major component there accounted for 9.7 million of such deaths, according to the report just released. As a result of this, the most prevalent cancers in the world and common is lung cancer, with 1.8 million deaths. Next to it is colorectal cancer with 900,000 deaths. The third one being cancer of the liver with 760 million deaths, and then cancer of the breast with 670 million, and finally stomach cancer with 660 million deaths. So you can see, and within this period we are talking about, there were 20 million incidences. 1,467,854 were due to prostate cancer within this period. So you can see how these incidences are very, very high, and that is why I keep on quoting these figures for people to know the severity of these cancers.
So what is your intervention as a phyto specialist? What's your intervention?
Well, as a phyto specialist, the good news is that over 15 years ago, American scientists visited my lab here in Abuja. when they heard that I have something that can manage cancer. And they took five of those products from my lab and visited and analyzed them in the University of Texas. One of such to be first analyzed is this particular product. And they used it on cancer of the colon. And they found 89 to 90% effectiveness in the cancer. Haven't been able to manage it to that percentage. Now, while they were watching it, they saw that it's also up to very good in lung cancer. They also did a model for lung cancer. And what did they find? 89 to 90%. These things are published.
With this particular drug?
Yes, yes. Sulfur 6 is on the internet. It's already listed by the National Institute of Pharmaceuticals, listed by NAFDAC already. In the last 15, 20 years, it's been listed. But the good news today is that this natural substances manages cancer beyond human imagination. Someone that has a PSA of 1,880 is right now on my WhatsApp, on the Facebook, going around, got reduced to 1.5 million, 1.5. PSA of 1.5 from 1,880. This is a feat anywhere in the world.
Okay, so Professor Amadu has given us a very, very detailed brief about what this medicine can do for you. I will advise that the number that is being flashed right now on the screen, you can call him and get more details on what to do about your condition. I thank you very much for joining us on behalf of the executive producer, on behalf of the supervising producer, and my wonderful production team. Director, you've been a wonderful person. I thank you for tuning into the health show today. And remember, you can catch a repeat of this episode as scheduled in our promo that will follow this. Thank you very much. My name is Salome Eferemo. Please join me again next week. Thank you.